Marty Shumka, and you're watching Fit to Go, a show that's going to help you get ready for the Manitoba Marathon. Today we're talking flexibility. Now I know most of you don't stretch enough, but it's really important that you do stretch to help prevent injuries specifically, and actually it really improves your running stride. And it's going to make it feel more fluid and actually make you work less while you're running. So suddenly you're going to find running becomes easier. So today we're going to show you a bunch of exercises, a full body stretch that's going to help you perform better. All right, so I'm going to show you one of the most important stretches if you're already running. Now again, a very common injury, everything from, again, runner's knee, IT band, very common. We're going to stretch the glutes, IT band, even into the quads a little bit with this one. So basically, what we're starting with is almost like a push-up position, but you see how one leg is tucked under the body? What's important here is that the foot comes through to the other side so you can see it from over top. The other really important thing is the back position, but going into the hips right here. The hips need to be absolutely square with the floor. We don't want to see one side tilted down and the other side up. They have to be square with the floor. And once you're in that perfect position, that's when Jillian's going to go down to her elbows. Chest, the center of your chest drops right to the center of the knee. Everything's aligned very nicely. We can really feel the stretch running all the way up and down the glutes, in the outer thigh, and that part of the quadriceps. An absolutely fantastic stretch, absolutely necessary for your runner to be doing this stretch. Here's another great exercise for stretching, the leg crossovers. It starts with a leg up. Now we see here is both shoulders firmly on the ground. And what we do want to see here is that the hip rotates up. So the hip joint is almost pointing straight up to the ceiling as we're pulling this thigh down gently. The stretch not only works right along the IT band into the glutes, but also targets the obliques and lower back. And these muscles are stabilizing your body as you're running, so it's really important that we stretch these really well. You want to be able to feel like the muscle's relaxing, so as you're going lower and lower, give it lots of time. And when you're finished to stretch, it comes up very slow, okay? Because we're even stretching the little muscles in between every vertebrae on this one. So if you come up too quick, the muscles are going to start to tighten up all over again. So remember to keep this really slow and take your time with it. Great stretch. So now we're talking hamstring flexibility for the back of the legs. What is important here is what I'm going to look for is a straight back. Okay, commonly people are going to roll their backs forward, and it's not wrong, but I'm trying to isolate the back of the legs or just the hamstrings. So by keeping the back nice and straight, okay, we're stabilizing here. And what Jillian's doing is she's pulling gently with the arms. Look at the knee here. You see how that's softly bent? I'm allowing for that, okay? Take some of the stress off the joint. The knee's bent slightly, but the feeling of the pulling on the back of the leg, on the hamstrings, is exactly where you're going to feel this. As it starts to release, you use your arms to pull forward. The chest stays high, which helps keep the back straight, okay? And it gives you nice isolation across the hamstrings, better than you can do with anything else. Here's a muscle group that needs to be stretched lots when you're running. Now this is an area that I have problems with too, so I can definitely relate with this one. We're talking the calf, the lower leg, okay? Now if you tend to run up on your toes a little bit, this is always going to get tight on you. It's important, there's two different stretches here. One, stretching deeper, and you always start working with a deeper stretch first. So we're going to start with the soleus. What you're going to look at here is the knee is bent. That takes pressure off the calf, the gastrocnemius here, so we can actually stretch deeper. So you're going to feel it in this portion and deep closer to the bone. Next, we're going to ease back from this, hold the leg straight and moving forward. Now with a straight leg, now we're working on the surface, the larger muscle, the calf muscle, which runs behind the knee all the way down to the ankle. Really important that you do both of these stretches and you hold them long enough so you can actually feel the muscle release to release any tension in here after your runs. So now we're stretching the quadriceps. This is the largest muscle group in your body, so it's really important you definitely do stretch this muscle out. It attaches, you've heard of hip flexors, quads, all part of the same muscle group. So what we're doing here is we have the leg up, so we have our foot resting up on, again, something that's about just below your hips. It can be lower. If you're tighter and don't have as much flexibility, you want to find something a little lower for yourself. The knee stays close, pointing straight down to the ground. Upper body is actually very important as well, that the body stays straight. Now, if you want to add more intensity and you're not feeling the stretch enough, and again, you should feel it right here, is we're going to bend this knee a little more and drop the body. That swings the knee back, adding more intensity in the quadricep again. And that's how you stretch your quadriceps. Proper running means proper form. We've been stretching the legs for a little while. Now we need to go to the upper body and look at the shoulders. Proper running means keeping your shoulders back and your chest up as you're running, so you're breathing in and out through your stomach. So this helps to open up your chest. It allows air to flow in and out of your lungs properly. By stretching out the chest, it's a lot easier to hold your shoulders back. So here, as Jillian's moving forward through the door frame, we're getting a stretch right across here into the chest, and you'll feel that in the shoulder. It's important to hold this for a little while because it takes time for the muscles to release, but this is pretty much a great stretch for your upper body, almost the only one you really need to work on the most. Thank you for watching Fit to Go. A couple things I want to explain about flexibility. When you're stretching, be patient with your stretches. Hold them for a minimum of a minute. You can hold them up to 2 minutes before you need to really pull out of them very slowly. You shouldn't feel pain, you want to feel tension, and as you're holding that stretch, you should feel the muscle releasing. And also remember, don't hold your breath. As funny as that sounds, some people do forget. All right? Coming up next week, we're going to be talking about the best GPS watches that you can buy on Fit to Go.